Hi everyone, let's practice the steps that we are going to use to submit assignments. So we're going to follow these practice steps over here. So the first thing we'll do is go to the repository that we want that contains the assignment. So in this case, I gave you the link right there. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to open it in a new window here so it's easier for us to see. And you will have to log into your GitHub account. So that's the first thing you'll have to do as soon as you click on that link. So let me do that. All right, now that I'm logged in, step 2 is asking us to fork the repository, and to do that, we click on this button right here. And forking means that you are making a copy of the repository to live under your own account. So I've done that, and I know that this is my fork because it's under my username, and it tells me that it's been forked from that original repository. All right. So step 3, it's telling me to clone the repository to my computer. It's also saying that you should have already installed GitHub Desktop. So hopefully you've done that. I have already done that. And I've already logged into GitHub Desktop as well. So I'm now able to click on this icon right here that will open these files in GitHub Desktop and download them to my computer. If this doesn't work for you, if it directs you to the download page for GitHub Desktop, you'll have to download it and log in before you're able to use this button. But I'm going to use this button because I've already done that part. So that'll bring up GitHub Desktop. Give it just a second. I have a couple of things on here. So it's telling me, well, where do you want to save it? And in my case, I'm going to save it to the desktop. Save it right there, under week 1 tutorial. So it clones it, and that's it. Perfect. So the next step will be to open the file called hello.py and edit line 4. So let me open up that file. So I just saved it on my desktop, remember that. So here's my desktop, here's my week 1 tutorial. I'm going to open up hello.py. I'm on a Mac, and so I like using a text editor called TextMate. But it's very likely that it will try to open up in IDLE for you. That's fine. I think that's what's opening up on my computer actually, so that's okay. So I'm waiting for that file to open. I'm going to edit line 4 so that my name is added to the end of the string. Now this will cause the automated test to fail, and that's okay. I want you to see what a failing test looks like, and then I want you to see what a passing test looks like. It's taking a while, so let me open it with something else here. Open it with TextMate. There we go. All right, so I'm going to edit line 4 so that it has, hello world, my name is Hector. At this point, you don't really need to know what's happening here. We're really just practicing with GitHub. So we're going to save this. Okay, and I'm going to close it. Now I'm going to commit these changes, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do that part. So back in GitHub Desktop will automatically know that I've changed something. Right here, one uncommitted change, right? And so it's telling me in the file hello.py, I changed line 4 from what it used to say, and I added my name Hector. It's going to ask you to write a summary of your changes, so go ahead and do whatever you want to write there. I'm going to write step 4 of instructions, but really you can do anything you want. I'm going to commit it to the master branch. Once I've done that, so that's it, that's committing your changes. The next thing you want to do is sync your changes up to GitHub. That takes the files that have been changing your computer and it pushes those changes up to GitHub. So I'm going to do that. Okay, perfect, that's done. Then it says create a pull request on GitHub itself. So I'm going to go back to GitHub and I'm going to create a pull request right here. Okay. So in here, what's happening is we are talking to the owner of the original repository, in this case it's me, the professor, and we're trying to say that, hey, we have some changes we want to make. In your case, those changes are whatever the assignment submission was, right? So there's some information that's here, and it kind of summarizes the changes for us. You already know what happened with line 4 there. So very simply, all you have to do is click the Create a Pull Request button. It's going to ask you for a comment. So go ahead and write anything that's useful to you, and then create a pull request. Okay. Then the automatic checking is going to go into place. So right now we're here, step 8. It says check that the automatic tests have failed. It should. So that's what's happening right here. There's an automatic check going on, and in just a few seconds that test is going to be finished, and it'll tell us what's going on with that test, whether it passed or failed. And the changes that I had you made should have made the test fail, and in fact it did. So check it out. It said all tests have failed. So if you see this message when you're submitting your own assignments, it means that you didn't do something right, and that what you're submitting is not matching what it is that I'm expecting, right? So I'm going to walk you through fixing this so that you see what it looks like when the automatic test passes, right? So we're going to do that. So we're going to say back on your computer. We're going to open hello.py again. So I still have it open. No, I don't have it open anymore, but let me grab it right here. I have it right there. Okay, and then it says this time edit line 4 so that it contains a space at the end of the string. So what that means is I'm going to take out my name. I'm going to make sure there is a space between the word is and the quotation there. Okay. All right, so then it says change line 6 so that it says your name instead of Hector. So line 6, if you notice there's Hector in there, I'm going to say test student because I'm doing a test student here. Then it has you commit your changes. So remember how to do that. So I'm going to save this file, close it out of here, go back to GitHub desktop. It automatically picked up on my changes. Remember the two things I did were I removed my name from line 4 and I added test student to line 6. So it catches on to those two things. So I'm going to say steps 10 and 11 in instructions. And again, the notes that you write here for your commit are up to you. That has no bearing at all on what we're going to do. So I'm going to commit to master here. Once I've done that, I'm going to sync the changes up to GitHub, just like it says in the instructions. I'm going to do that using that sync button here. Once that's done, it's telling me that my pull request should update automatically. So let's go back to GitHub and let's see. So once again, notice I didn't refresh the page, nothing at all. It automatically knows this is my second commit here, right, when I did steps 10 through 11. So it automatically knows that I've committed a second time and that pull request is being updated. So let's look here and see whether that test passes. It should pass the second time around because the changes that we made are changes that will make the automated test pass. And good enough, the tests have passed. That means we are ready. And that's it. That's all you have to do in terms of pull requests. Then I will go in and I will grade your pull request for you. And I may even give you some comments on there. That's all for this quick tutorial. Hopefully it was helpful.